is up, YouTube? Nice. It's a nice day out. Freaking hot. Too hot. It's ridiculous. I'm ready for fall to roll around. What is it at? Ready for fall to roll around. It's too hot. It's crazy. But I'm not here to complain about the weather today. I just wanted to spew some jargon. Call me a nerd if you want. I don't really care. But I saw Superman again for the third time. I know. I don't care. I loved it. It's weird, but every time you watch it, it gets better. At least in my opinion. But I'm not here to talk about the movie specifically. I think I keep bringing up issues that I feel like is very common with the world we live in today. And I feel like one of the biggest ones is right now is just a lot of apathy and hate. And even with COVID, over, I feel like we still have that sort of isolationism. And just like walking past someone, don't even make eye contact or say hey or wave or whatever. Say, how are you doing? Just keep your eyes down, walk forward, waiting to go home, back to your bed, hide away, scroll for the day, for the week, next week. You know what I'm trying to say. But we gotta bring some, in the movie I always say, like, gotta bring some punk rock back. We need some kindness. And I feel like a lot of people just aren't very compassionate and kind. And, it's sad. It's very sad. And I feel like an important part of being a man, specifically, masculinity, is having the strength to not to just stand up for yourself, but to stand up for others and be righteous and be kind and be compassionate and be present. Lift up others. I feel like it's a good analogy is like on airplanes. They say put on your oxygen mask first before you help other people. And I feel like as a man, it's important to, build yourself up, build up your character, what you stand for and what you represent. And then you can help others. And I'm not saying be selfish, on your journey, but, it's, you need to be, like I said, you need to be full, present, at full capacity, but yeah, just like I think with the big thing with Superman, it's like, yeah, it's cool, he has all the powers and stuff like that, he can fly, shoot lasers and all that crap, but his most important quality is his character. And I feel like the reason, and you can say whether or not the movie's popular or not, but I feel like the reason his character, and I guess the movie, sits with a lot of people is it's just refreshing. Because, like I said, we just have so much apathy and just hate for people. Like, I don't know. It's just sad. It's just very sad. And so the solution, I think that, like the movie says, you gotta be a little punk rock. You know what I mean? You gotta go against the grain. In my experience, being kind, it'll brighten someone's day up. Just anything, just saying, hey, you'll become like 1,000% more likable and more attractive if you just give off that kind energy and just outgoingness. People love people for the most part who are just outgoing, just wanting to start a conversation, asking how your day is. Like, it doesn't take very much. It doesn't take much. And you'll see people will flock towards you because it's like, hey, this guy's a little different from everyone else. And it doesn't take much. It really doesn't take much. And we all know like how masculinity in like online at least is represented like tough, blah blah, the strength, work on yourself, which to a degree those are all very true. But then again, I feel like a quality that we're slowly missing something that's slowly being diminished in the modern world is being compassionate and being kind, you know? And I'm not saying be a yes man and just, you know, it's hard for me because I sometimes have to catch myself, because sometimes I'll be a people pleaser, you know, I'll be a yes man, and I try not to. I try to stand up for myself, and, you know, I've always been very empathetic for people, and, you know, sometimes I forget I have to take care of number one. Because, like, as a person, like, you have to take care of yourself. That's number one. Going back to the plane thing, put your oxygen mask on first before you help other people. But yeah, I feel like as a journey of becoming and staying a man, you have to be compassionate. You have to be kind. You have to lift other people up. You know, and there's not a specific or right way to do that. I feel like that can apply to almost anything in life. You know, work, school, extracurriculars, you know, getting into a sport. Like, just watch. If you just make those small adjustments, you'll see how much people will begin to like you and open up themselves and stuff like that. And it's just refreshing. You know, and I'll keep saying it again. A strong man can stand up for himself, but a stronger man stands up for others. I think that's very true. It's very true. So, yeah, I know it comes off a little nerdy, but it's just, hopefully with that movie it'll open up some more eyes, and, you know. But yeah, man, it's funny because, like, for some people, like I said, you'll become a lot more attractive, not in the sense of just, like, you know, attracting the other gender, but, you know, just as a human being, you know, because it's refreshing, it's new, it's like, it's a breath of fresh air. But yeah, as I was saying, like, some people really makes them uncomfortable. Like, I know for sometimes when I go to work, you know, I see someone just, you know, minding their own business, or just, you know, kind of, I wouldn't say mopey, because you never know someone's situation, what they're dealing with, but, you know, just try to start a little conversation. They're like, what do you, like, they won't say that, but you can really read it on their face. You can really read a person's face and know right off the bat how they're feeling. It's kind of strange. I know sometimes I have to catch myself because, you know, I'm not always in a bad mood, but I'll zone out, and people will come up to me like, "Are you okay?" It's like, "Yeah, I'm fine." It's like, so, yeah, but, you know, just wrapping it up real quick, you know, just give a little smile to somebody, ask them how their day is. You know, you don't need superpowers to be a good person, but yeah, just as a dude, just be compassionate and be kind. Watch how much you'll be ahead. Once you're ahead, start helping other people get to your level, you know. And, you know, some people don't deserve it, but it's just about being righteous. You gotta be righteous. You gotta be kind. You gotta be compassionate. That is definitely an important pillar of being a man, for sure. So, and it's hard. I know it's hard because, you know, you want reciprocation. You want reciprocation for that, but you don't always get it. And I'll argue to say that most of the time you won't get it, but you'll be surprised. You'll be surprised. But yeah, guys, you just stay true to yourself, be kind to others, and I guess I cut off a little bit there, guys. But yeah, stupid heat overload sensor thing on the phone. But yeah, wrapping up real quick. Be kind, stand up for others, stand up for yourself too, number one. And yeah, hey guys, just take it easy, live by your intuition, and keep scrapping. See you in the next one. Peace.